Today we're going to talk about our visit to Quartzsite RV Park in Quartzsite, Arizona.
This is a campground review.
A new place, a new home, for a while, let me feel alive. Nothing to hold me back, take my time, just enjoy the ride.
General impressions.
If you're going through Quartzsite, Arizona, stopping by the Gem Show, or coming back from the Joshua Tree National Park, don't stop at this RV park unless you like getting stuck with hidden fees.
As Passport America members, we paid $36.34 for one night. As non-Passport America members, we pay $57.84 per night. Stay tuned to the end to find out what the hidden fees were for and how much we had to pay for them.
Campground.
This was a resort only in name. It had only 27 campsites. It was all gravel parking lot, but it did have a nice clubhouse. We stayed in campsite number 1. It was mostly level, but we did have to use leveling blocks on one side. It was a gravel pull-through, and it did have a small cement patio. The site had full hookups with 50 and 30 amp, #50. It did not have a grill, a picnic table, or a fire ring. It appeared that there was perhaps Wi-Fi for the campground, but no information was provided to us to access it. There was also no dumping station or propane refill.
Amenities.
They did have a bathroom and one shower was available. There was a dumpster easily located at the front of the park. They did have a laundry facility with 2 washers and 2 dryers, and it was $1.75 to wash and $1.75 to dry. There was no pool or playground available at this facility. The clubhouse had a pool table, darts, and table shuffleboard. They also had a TV watching area. The clubhouse was newly decorated and it was clean. It looked like they rented it out for weddings and events. They also had a community fire pit. Dog friendliness.
The campground was all gravel, so it had no grass, not really any place to walk the dogs, and it did not have any dog pickup stations. So unfortunately, it's just not that dog friendly. Campstore.
Although we arrived fairly early in the day, the office and the camp store said open, but they were actually closed and there was no one available.
So we couldn't actually go in and do anything like check it out or even see what they had in the camp store. Camp staff, interactions.
Although the person I spoke with on the phone was pleasant, we really didn't have a whole lot of interactions with anyone in person because the offices were closed on arrival, even though we arrived fairly early in the day. We did receive a welcome email, which included the clubhouse code, but it didn't include any information about the Wi-Fi, and there was no phone call to us before they closed the office, and we didn't receive a package at the door telling us any information once we were there.
Additional information.
So as I said at the start, we actually paid $36.34. The price was supposed to be $22.40 as Passport America members. The rest of it we paid in fees.
One of the hidden fees was a $5 per night per dog hidden fee. Now, as you remember, the campground itself is not that dog friendly, so that was fairly surprising to us. What's more is that it was not listed on their website, in any of the paperwork or emails they sent us. It was only after we got the bill that we actually find out that we were paying $5 per night per dog.
Keep in mind, I even called them to make the reservation and told them up front that we had 2 dogs. They never mentioned the fee when they made the reservation.
So the only thing that ever mentioned anything about dogs was a fee if you forgot to pick up after your dogs, which wasn't the case here. The second hidden fee that they put onto our bill was a transaction fee of $2.50, which again, they didn't mention beforehand, didn't mention when we made the booking. They just charged us the $2.50 and we found out on the email receipt.
And we weren't given an option to avoid it.
After we received the email receipt, we did contact them and disputed the hidden fees, such as the dog fees and the transaction fee, and they did refund them to us after we called them. Right across from the campground was a truck stop that had diesel, which was really nice for us to fill up on our way out. However, their parking lot, which was right next to the campground, was full of diesel trucks idling all night, which could clearly be heard from inside the RV. It really gives you a feeling of being in a truck stop, which then makes you ask yourself, why am I paying $24 a night for a truck stop, which is normally free when you boondock? And like I say, it really made us question it, especially with the hidden fees.
Now the moment you've been waiting for, when we give you the ratings on this campground. But But before we get to that, make sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss another campground review. Also, it lets us know that you like this so we can bring you more content. Now we're going to put our rating system up on screen so that you can see how we put these into Google reviews.
So for rooms, we gave them
A
a 2. We gave them a 2 because it was a gravel parking lot next to a truck stop. The only thing we're paying for is
Full hookups.
that's about it.
For service, we gave them a
A
2.
2.
We gave them a 2 because I called and made the reservation and no mention of the hidden fees was included. And then we didn't find out about that until after we left, and it was in an email receipt. Then I had to have several emails going back and forth in order to dispute the claims and get them refunded to us.
We will give them props, though, for actually refunding the hidden fees after we brought it up. For location, we gave them a 2. We gave them a 2 because it was right next to a truck stop.
And it sounded like it was right next to a truck stop.
It was, however, close to the road.
Overall, we gave them
A 2. We would not go back.
So a couple things that we would recommend that this campground could do to improve that rating is to make it more dog friendly, add in some pickup stations, disclose the hidden fees, and make sure that you don't only say that in the reservation, but you put that on your website so that people are not caught off guard. That's all we got for now. Thanks for watching.
Bye
Bye
for
for
now.
now. So this is what happens when you video out in the wild.
Out in the wild, outside.
I don't think you can actually see that. Here, let me get your camera.
You can see it in the 360.
Oh, yeah.
Sure.
Now, the moment that you've been waiting for, when we give you the campground ratings for this
Golf cart driving by.
I give it a 2. Why didn't they just drive the golf cart?